All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Mindful Moment session. Um, it's an honor to be able to host these sessions for you all. My name is Jean, and this week we are going to be talking about clearing your home and clearing your mind. So, the state of your living space really reflects you, but also affects you in your day-to-day time. Every day you spend that time in your home, your living space, and the internal affects the external, but the reverse is also true. So your environment can influence your state of being. For example, maybe you can recall being in a place of serenity and beauty, maybe even outdoors, or maybe indoors, such as a museum, a library, or a back porch with a really good view. So, how did you feel there? In your body, in your breath, your feelings and thoughts? You were probably you probably felt better in those living spaces compared to when you are in cluttered spaces and spaces that just in general affect your state of mind in a negative way. So maybe you can recall if you're at a home or if you're in your office, you can look around. Does your space nourish and ground you, or does it kind of feel cluttered and sort of suffocating? A lot of people typically identify with the latter, and that their space doesn't really nourish or ground them. Um, and so it's sort of a common need to, we feel like we need to surround ourselves with material stuff or a lot of things that we think we need. But ideally, we will safeguard the things that speak to our hearts and happiness, and then we can root out the rest so that our workspaces or our living spaces aren't as cluttered. So, one way to think about this is try tending your home as you would a garden. So, you can move from room to room and corner to corner to help each area kind of bloom to its full potential. And doing the process of kind of tending to your home, clearing it out, and organizing it can sort of wake you up or make you more aware to your home so that you start to notice and appreciate certain parts of your home, maybe certain furniture or certain aspects of it that help you enjoy your home, which is sort of like your special sanctuary. So, for example, it's also important for a garden that you not only do that, for example, weekly cleaning, but you also need to kind of take care of it day to day. So, for example, if you would want to treat your home as a garden, then when you return home after a busy day, you can sort of respect your space or your garden by putting things away and making room for renewal. So this would be sort of like watering the garden and kind of just spending maybe 5 minutes to kind of touch it up a little bit and treat it as a tangible expression of your mindful life. And then maybe after that, you can see how your internal and external, how that sort of balance or harmony affects you. So we're going to go through some things to keep in mind of if you would like to clear your home. Um, One important thing is to have vision. So sort of imagine your dream home and don't hold back or worry about your budget or logistics. This is just sort of a fun exercise to help picture the place that really affects, really reflects who you are and how you want to live. And then you can sort of notice any recurring themes, ideas, colors, shapes, and kind of see how you can make that more of a reality with your own home. So, for example, if you would like to have more cool colors, more tranquil colors, um, maybe you can paint certain rooms some of those cool colors because you want to have a more calming effect when you enter those rooms. So, first, you would want to have a vision, and then secondly, clearing your home means really getting really not keeping everything that's currently there, but sort of simplifying your space. So let go of things that, first of all, let go of things obviously that don't like make you happy, um, that or that don't spark joy. And ask yourself, is it useful? Is it beautiful? Does it have meaning in my life? And then if the reaction is sort of positive or you need to keep it, then you can keep it. But if not, then maybe you can donate it so that other people who might need it will have access to that. So simplifying your space. Um, and another thing to keep in mind is to make conscious choices. So sometimes we have this vision and then we kind of want to redo a lot of things, but it's important to think before you buy, collect, or say yes to what seems like a free offer. For example, if someone is moving and they want to give you something, seems like a free offer and why not take it, right? But does that item enhance your vision of your home, or is it something that will just collect dust and take up space? If it's the latter, then you know that you probably shouldn't take that item. So it's important to really cultivate your own style and curate your home to match your intentions for how you want to live. Because, as we said, the external also affects the internal state of mind. And your environment can really influence your state of being. And then finally, one last tip is to have a place for everything. So when you come home in the evening, maybe you can spend a few minutes putting things in their place. So having a specific place for everything. The act of tidying can be really rewarding a lot of times because you feel like you've accomplished something, and it also helps kind of declutter your environment. So having a place for certain things such as pencils, having a certain place for stationery, having a certain place for silverware, and making these certain categories of places in which you can store certain things, so that you'll be able to find them easily afterwards. All right, so now that we have gone through some basic sort of got tips for if you wanted to declutter your home, some things to keep in mind, we're going to transition to our mindful practice. But before we do that, I would like us all to take 3 deep breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. All right. Enjoy. I can pull this up so that Right. So now that we are finished with our mindful practice, we will transition to the discussion session. So maybe think about the questions. Do you have a regular schedule in which you clear your home? And if you would like to, maybe give some examples of how your home is designed that matches your values. All right, specifically for me, we do sort of have a regular schedule in which I clear my house, or more specifically, my living space or my study space. I typically try to clear my study space daily, because I'm always pulling out different textbooks and different homework and stuff. So I'll try to do that daily, and sort of wipe down my workspace. Um, but with regards to my living space, I typically clean. Um, well, of course, you do daily things such as making your bed and stuff. But for example, other places, I think once a week is a pretty reasonable regular schedule in which we clear our home. That includes other spaces like the kitchen and other rooms like that. So that's for me. And give some examples of how your home's designed that matches your values. Well, currently, um, I did not design my homes, but I do like that I'm currently trying to put more pictures up on the walls, which are sort of not, they're sort of, the walls don't have a lot of pictures on them. So that's something that I'm trying to do that matches my values, because I think having, whether it be family photos or even just photos of natural scenery, is a nice thing to walk into after you come home from, for example, school. And that is something I'm working on. So that is one example of how I would like to design my home to match my values. And finally, this is just an image that I found. Happiness is a clean and organized home. And thank you all so much for joining me for this week's Mindful Moment session. I would like to source the National Geographic Everyday Mindfulness Special Issue. And I hope you all have a wonderful and mindful weekend and week ahead.